Hello, everybody. Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance. Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance. And I've got with me today Sergeant Ray Poole.
That would be me.
I almost called you Colonel because I always call you Colonel Ray Poole.
You had to catch yourself.
Yeah, I did. Also with us today is Tom Trial, who's behind the scenes putting us on YouTube each and every week. I want to thank Tom for doing what he's doing with us. But Ray, a longtime friend, longtime buddy, and shares my birthday.
You know what we do? We share a birthday.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 year apart.
Exactly.
And okay, by looking at the camera, can you tell who the oldest?
Who's the younger of the two?
Yeah. Who's the younger of the two?
It's not fair, Ray. That was not fair.
I got Richie by a year, so I am the oldest. You can see my wrinkles or whatever.
That's not fair. Yeah, but well, let's not go there. Okay.
Yes.
Well, talk to us a little bit here about Ray is the guru of the camps. How long have you been doing the ISP youth camps?
Gosh, my goodness, probably since 1989 or so.
Who did you pick that up from?
Well, I jumped in. I remember hearing all these guys going to the camps when I transferred from Lowell in 1984. I started in 84, but transferred, and I didn't know anything about the camp program, and I heard some guys going to the camps to work them, and I thought, well, that sounds like a fun deal. Mm-hmm. So I asked Ernie Alder and you had to put in an application. And at the time, I remember John Harper, the late John Harper, who was the PIO over at Red Key, had a spot open at the Taylor University camp for a counselor. Okay. So I put my name in, and they said, oh, yeah, come on over. We can use a young guy. And I was the young guy at that time. And I was the guy that got all the kids up, all energetic before kids now, mind you.
Yeah.
And before marriage, it was just me taking care of myself. So I was all energetic and just loved every second of it.
Now, what year was that?
My goodness, I want to say 89 or 90.
Okay.
So it's been a long time, and I've been working them ever since. I've never not done a year of camp.
That is amazing. That's a long time to be involved with that. And you've seen go through different areas and different aspects and been backed by different organizations. But
well, the thing is, when I first started, camps were pulling about 2,500 to 2,000 kids, and we were, besides band camps and church camps, maybe a few basketball camps, we were about the only game in town.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, summer was a lot longer for the kids for summer vacation and different things like that. But now, summer's been condensed because most schools are only out about 8 weeks. There's camps for everything.
Yes.
Besides, band and basketball, football, and
there's specialty camps.
There's art camps. I mean, there's poetry camps, and I do the research, so I know and I'm not knocking those things.
Right.
There's a thing for every kid,
but there's a lot more camps grabbing for their attention.
Exactly, and with the short summer, and then when mom and dad want to go on vacation, and just a little bit of wind down time from school, it's condensed. So we had to retool what we do, and we had to shrink down our camps. From last year we had 14, I believe, and now we have 8. And we actually, at the time that when this airs, camps will be over, and we will probably be around 350 to 60 kids, which that's down from what we had the year before. But we've got to remember we had like 14 camps.
Right. Yeah. And then let's talk a little bit about the organizations that help you out with that.
The Kiwanis Club was the granddaddy of the camps. They, like any of the other service clubs, they're starting to get older. There's some clubs that still help us out, and we're very thankful. We have the Lions Club, who's very strong and very active in the camp program, and we also have the Optimus clubs throughout Indiana, which are very, very strong and very, very active, and they really pitch in to help us. They also pitch in to help with some of our fundraisers. They actually hold fundraisers to make, help offset costs for kids, and they're a great group of people that have worked with us for many, many, many years. But there's also a lot of other folks that step up. I mean, there's local businesses that donate food items, snack items, Walmart, Meijer, Target, different places like that have donated items or gift cards so the staffs can go out and buy clothing or toiletries for the kids, because there's some kids that come without.
Right.
We also host the Pioneer Camps, and those Pioneer Camps are similar to, they're not even similar. They're for the at-risk kids, and those camps actually are camping. They're primitive camping in tents, and those kids have seen law enforcement in a different way. They've seen mom and dad taken away, or they might even been in trouble with the law. So they work with us. We work with the kids as far as cooking and setting up bunks and setting up tents and showing them
responsibility,
having more responsibility towards things, and the kids really feed off of that. And what we are finding out, a lot of kids just need some attention,
guidance. Yeah,
they need guidance and attention, and they want somebody to feel that they're proud.
Yeah,
they want to show somebody that, hey, I can do this, and they want someone to feel proud for them.
Well, I know I attended a day at Anderson University this year with Counselor Sergeant Slocum.
Right, and that's a leadership camp. That's a different type of camp. But yeah. He did a wonderful job with that.
Great job. But I know the service club that when I was there, I think it's
Lions Club, Club. And half of the Optimists, because they've merged.
They brought pizza out for
awesome.
Lunch.
Yes.
And jumped right in there with the kids and watermelon and drinks, and it's wonderful to see how they're involved with that and what they like to do.
And what people don't understand is by them doing that, it helps offset the cost for us to keep our prices down. I did a big briefing yesterday with the superintendent and the colonel and all the primary staff, and that's how we cut the cost. And they were asking, how do we keep costs down? Well, with clubs like all the service clubs, and I mean all of them, I can't name them all, and all the people that donate, those funds go to offset the cost of providing, like I mentioned earlier, the pizza, the snacks, the ice cream. I know the Lions Club, they do they do homemade ice cream there.
Wow.
And it's nice. I know down at Vincennes, they do a taco bar where they bring burritos and tacos, and then they bring in homemade ice cream for a meal. But not only does it make their heart feel good, but it also gives back to us, because, like I said, it takes about $600 or $700 off of our bill, so we don't have to provide that for a meal.
Well, again, you're listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I'm speaking with Sergeant Ray Poole, who is in charge of the ISP Youth Services Camp that we have every year. Ray, do you think it's going to be probably about the same next year, 8 camps? Is that what you're looking at? Probably?
Well, you know what? I hope so. You're gonna make me let the cat out of the bag, because
kind of reaching in for that.
Yeah, you did. That was a good segue. I should be retiring by the end of this year, between October and November. So hopefully we will turn this over to capable hands, and hopefully whoever takes over will have the same passion and the love for the camps, and be able to raise money and talk to the different folks and get the word out about our camp program, because we have a wonderful camp program. Like I said, the numbers have changed since the old days, but I think a lot of things have changed in the old days, and we just have to retool. And that, speaking with Superintendent Carter yesterday, I mentioned that we at one time thought about going down to maybe one giant career camp, which would be the high school kids. And the first thing out of his mouth, before I could even get it out, he said, "Absolutely not. We don't want to go down that path.
Okay.
I like having the camps the way they are." So that's a good thumbs up when the top man says that.
Well, I know you had a lot of media attention at the Anderson camp, and probably throughout the other camps there, but very positive media attention on the camps and how the kids enjoy it, and even had a Indianapolis TV station up there covering it. So it's a very positive outlook for the kids that attend that. It
just happened to be it's an unfortunate thing that happened in Dallas, but it was so timely that the media happened to come. We had a couple of newspapers show up, and we also had one of the TV stations show up and do a great story on a couple kids, talk to them about their life and how they got to the camp and what it has meant to them. And I know one of the kids that you're familiar with won an award as a top camper, and that's an awesome feeling for a kid to carry that on, because he won that and earned that. He didn't win it; he earned it.
Right.
Over that those few days that he was at camp, he displayed the character counts, things that kids should strive for throughout life, and hopefully that'll translate into something that he will turn into as an adult. He may not be a law enforcement officer, but if we can help create a good, solid citizen in the future, that's what we're looking for.
Right. Well, let's jump here to a little different topic that's going to be coming up here, but you're very involved with also, and probably been involved with as many years, is the state fair.
Yes.
And you started out there working the Midway, right?
Oh, like all of us. I remember, and we all have these stories, but I remember when the Midway was there, and then the north side of the fair was all gravel, and you would walk around there and you get filthy, and you were all dusty. And me, this is way too much information, but I'm a heavy, heavy sweater. So if you ever see me out, hand me a towel or something and tell me to towel off. But that dust used to just collect on you, and you couldn't get rid of it. Now the fairground is a beautiful facility, and they have a lot of activities. And, it's one of those things, it's kind of like old home week. You get to reconnect with not only troopers that you've met over the years and retirees that come back, but you see some of the same vendors and some of the same people that you worked with over time, and you get a chance to build a relationship out there. And it's kind of cool to come back and reconnect with them.
And you will be at the State Fair this year.
I will be at the State Fair this year. And I can't say all 17 days, but I will be there. And what my job is out there is I coordinate the public information booths. Any of the booths that you see sitting out at the fair, any handout material that any troopers giving you is because of me. And so if you have very little this year, it's because I couldn't scrounge some things up.
But there's a lot of there's two different booths on the ground, the West booth and North booth, and then we have the information booth inside.
In the Expo Hall.
Yes. And then the Operations Center we refer to it as. But you got to make sure that they have all the stuff they need, drinks to keep them, because it's warm out there.
It gets warm. 95-degree days on that hot pavement, it gets warm. So it's my job to make sure that, I'm minimizing it a little bit. But the troopers, they do a great job. They work inside the booths. But I make sure they have plenty of drinks and make sure they get their breaks in, besides passing out information. And the people that we put in there are very knowledgeable. They're people friendly. They want to chat. They want to give out stickers to the kids. And they enjoy those few days of being. It gives them a break too. It breaks the monotony of being out on the road in your car, isolated. It gives you a chance to be around people and get the kind of the pulse of what people are talking about, and whatever the hot topic is of the day. And I know, unfortunately, we're talking about a lot of the things that are happening in the world with the Black Lives Matter and the All Lives Matter, and then with the shootings of police officers. That'll be hot. And people want to talk about that, and they want to have a conversation. And this gives us the opportunity, as an agency, to kind of talk with people and let them know, hey, we are real people. We're just like your sons and your daughters and your moms and dads, and it gives us an opportunity to basically show that side of us.
Now, how long have you been attending the State Fair?
Oh gosh, I think my first one I've been my first year on in 84, 85. So really? I guess it would have been 85. I went to my first fair, and it's solid till about 90 then. I took a couple years off, and then ever since about 93, I think I've been solid.
And again, this may be letting the cat out of the bag here again also, but you may be your last fair.
If things are right and good Lord willing, this should be my last fair, and after the fair, I should be winding down my 32-year career with the Indiana State Police. Have an opportunity to maybe work down the street, from our state police headquarters to hopefully going to the federal courthouse, being what they call blue coat, but being one of the courthouse security people working with the U.S. Marshal Service. So a wonderful opportunity, and sometimes you got to be careful what you pray for because it pops up. I put in for our retirement program, and back in November, and I thought, well, I'm gonna start putting applications in, just in case somebody
looking ahead,
somebody be silly enough to hire me. And guess what? About April, they said, hey, you put your application in. I'm like, wow. So I was very shocked, but. I'm starting to say my goodbyes to some of my longtime friends because, we have a big agency and running across a lot of friends, a lot of good people, and so we don't see everybody every day. Yeah. So whenever I get an opportunity, it gives me a chance to kind of.
Well, being around here since '84, you've gained a few friends across the state.
Hopefully, no enemies, but hopefully mostly friends. I hope.
Well, it has been, and I'm proud to call you a friend and work with you all these years, Ray. And we appreciate you coming in all these times and speaking to us about the camps and about public information. You've been in public information for a long time with the state police and have been the state police face on it when you were in the Indianapolis district.
Yes.
Out there doing the things that I've shared also. And now we pass the torch to Sergeant Perrine to do that.
He's doing a great job too.
Yeah. He's doing a wonderful job. So we've got that handled. We've got that taken care of. So you can feel well rested that you've done your job and tutored other people to come in behind you.
I hope so, and that's what we all should do is try to mentor the ones behind us, and that not only the troopers, but that's why I enjoyed the camp program because now we hopefully we can do the same with the kids.
Exactly. Well, we're down to our last 30 seconds, so I want to thank Sergeant Poole for being here, and thank you for all you've done for the Indiana State Police. Wish you well in your job, and it's well deserved, my friend.
Thank you, my friend, and we'll keep in touch.
All right. Well, again, you've been listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance. Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance, will be having this also on the Indiana State Police YouTube site. So go there by the Powers of Tom Trial. Thanks again for listening. We'll talk to you later. Roadshow out.